Imagine a relationship where you're always walking on eggshells, afraid to speak your mind, where tension simmers beneath the surface, but neither of you dares to address it. Sounds familiar? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into the silent killer of relationships, the fear of conflict. In this video, we're going to explore why so many couples are trapped in a cycle of silent resentment and how embracing healthy disagreement can reignite passion, deepen intimacy, and build a strong connection. Let's start with a scenario. Meet Henry, a man with an avoidant attachment style. He's in a relationship with Zora, who has an anxious attachment style. On the surface, their relationship seems perfect. They never fight, always agree, and life appears smooth sailing. But beneath this calm exterior, a storm is brewing. Henry's avoidant nature means he's an expert at compartmentalizing his emotions. Any issue, big or small, gets neatly tucked away, never to be addressed. Zora, paralyzed by the fear of abandonment, swallows her words like bitter pills. Each unspoken truth feels like a betrayal to herself, but the terror of losing Henry outweighs her need for honesty. This silent suffering isn't just uncomfortable, it's soul-crushing. And it's setting the stage for a relationship implosion that neither of them sees coming. Let's peel back the layers of this seemingly peaceful facade and expose the rot beneath. First, this conflict avoidance creates an intimacy vacuum. Zora and Henry are playing roles, not being their authentic selves. They're actors in a play, reciting lines they think the other wants to hear. But real love can't grow in pretense. It needs the fertile soil of vulnerability and truth, even when it's messy. Imagine Zora lying awake at night, her mind racing with unspoken words, while Henry sleeps peacefully beside her, oblivious to her inner turmoil. That's not intimacy. It's isolation in its cruelest form. Secondly, resentment becomes the unwelcome third party in their relationship. Every time Zora bites her tongue instead of expressing her needs, a tiny seed of bitterness is planted. Over time, these seeds grow into a forest of resentment, overshadowing any love that once existed. Picture Zora watching Henry leave dirty dishes in the sink for the 100th time. Her anger simmers, but she says nothing. Fast forward a year, and the sight of Henry eating off a clean plate she washed fills her with irrational rage. That's the poison of unexpressed frustration. Thirdly, by avoiding conflict, Zora and Henry are setting themselves up for catastrophic failure when a real crisis hits. They're like novice swimmers who've only ever waded in the kiddie pool, suddenly thrown into a stormy ocean. Imagine them facing a major life decision, like relocating for a job. With no practice in healthy disagreement, their discussion quickly devolves into chaos. Voices raise, tears fall, and both feel blindsided by the intensity of their conflict. Their lack of conflict resolution skills turns a manageable disagreement into a relationship-ending event. Also, consider the slow death of passion in their relationship. Without the spark of occasional tension and the satisfaction of resolution, their connection becomes as exciting as lukewarm tea. Intimacy becomes routine rather than passionate. They're going through the motions, but the fire is gone. Then there's the insidious growth of passive-aggressive behavior. Unable to express her frustrations directly, Zora might find herself forgetting to do things Henry asks, or making snide comments disguised as jokes. Henry, sensing her unexpressed anger but unable to address it, might retaliate in kind. Their home becomes a battlefield of unspoken grievances, fought with subtle jabs and cold shoulders. Emotional withholding creeps in like a thief in the night. Zora, harboring unexpressed hurt, might unconsciously withdraw her affection. No more spontaneous hugs, no more words of affirmation. Henry, feeling the chill but unable to identify its source, pulls away in response. Their once warm relationship turns into an Arctic wasteland of unmet emotional needs. This isn't just about having a better relationship. It's about preventing the slow, painful death of love. It's about rescuing yourself from a life of quiet desperation, where you're physically present but emotionally miles apart from your partner. It's about building a relationship that can weather real-life storms, not just function in perpetual fair weather. Now that we understand why avoiding conflict is detrimental, let's explore how to embrace healthy disagreements and use them to strengthen your relationship. Step 1, reframe your perspective on conflict. The first step is to change how you view arguments. Instead of seeing them as threats to your relationship, Start viewing them as opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Think of conflicts as relationship workouts. They might be uncomfortable in the moment, but they make your bond stronger in the long run. Step 2. Set the stage for open communication. Have a meta conversation with your partner about your desire to be more honest and vulnerable. Agree on ground rules for how you'll handle disagreements. This creates a safe space for both partners to express themselves. Step 3. Practice emotional literacy. Many people struggle with identifying and expressing their emotions. Start practicing emotional literacy by regularly checking in with yourself. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling it? This self-awareness will help you communicate more effectively during conflicts. Step 4. Implement the 24-hour rule. Here's a unique tip. Adopt the 24-hour rule. If something is bothering you, give yourself 24 hours to bring it up. This prevents issues from festering while also giving you time to process your emotions and approach the conversation calmly. Step 5. Use the sandwich technique. When bringing up an issue, use the sandwich technique. Start with something positive, address the concern, then end with another positive. For example, I love how thoughtful you are, but I felt hurt when you forgot our anniversary. I know you care about our relationship, and I'd like to find a way to make sure we both remember important dates. Step 6. Adopt the 2-minute rule. During disagreements, implement the 2-minute rule. Each person gets 2 uninterrupted minutes to express their perspective. This ensures both partners feel heard and prevents the conversation from being dominated by one person. Step 7. Practice active listening. When your partner is speaking, focus on truly understanding their perspective, not on formulating your response. Repeat back what you've heard to ensure you've understood correctly. This technique, known as mirroring, can dramatically improve communication. Step 8. Embrace the pause button. Create a pause button for your arguments. If things get too heated, either partner can press pause on the discussion. Take a 20-minute break to calm down, then resume the conversation. This prevents arguments from escalating out of control. Step 9. Implement appreciation rounds. After resolving a conflict, have an appreciation round. Take turns expressing what you appreciate about how your partner handled the disagreement. This reinforces positive conflict resolution behaviors and ends the discussion on a positive note. Step 10. Create a conflict resolution toolkit. Develop a personalized conflict resolution toolkit with your partner. This might include techniques like deep breathing exercises, a code word to signal when things are getting too intense, or a specific place in your home designated for important discussions. Step 11. Practice reverse role-playing. Try reverse role-playing during conflicts. Each partner argues from the other's perspective. This exercise builds empathy and can lead to surprising insights about your partner's point of view. Step 12. Implement weekly check-ins. Schedule weekly check-ins to discuss any minor issues before they become major problems. This proactive approach can prevent resentment from building up over time. Step 13. Adopt the 3-touch rule. During arguments, implement the 3-touch rule. Make physical contact with your partner at least 3 times during the discussion. This could be holding hands, a gentle touch on the arm, or maintaining eye contact. Physical connection can help maintain emotional connection even during disagreements. Step 14. Practice conflict journaling. After resolving a disagreement, both partners should spend 10 minutes conflict journaling. Write down what you learned from the conflict, how you feel now, and one thing you appreciate about your partner. This reflection can deepen understanding and reinforce positive conflict resolution habits. Step 15. Seek professional help when needed. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. If you're struggling to implement these strategies or find yourselves in repetitive, unproductive conflicts, consider couples therapy. A professional can provide tailored strategies and mediate difficult conversations. By following these steps, you're choosing to write a more complex, more rewarding love story, one filled with growth, understanding, and true intimacy. So, I challenge you to have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Share that feeling you've been hiding. Be brave enough to disagree. Your relationship will thank you for it. If this video has resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. share it with someone who might benefit from hearing this message. And if you have your own experiences or insights about healthy conflict in relationships, we'd love to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more relationship advice and personal growth tips. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching.